guys, how have you all been? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Pulkit. It feels so great to say this after such a long time. Now I've been unable to post a video for quite some time. I have been occupied with a personal project of mine which I cannot wait to share with you guys. So I'm sorry that I was unable to be regular over here, and I am grateful that you guys are still here. So thank you so very much. Now in today's video, I will be talking about the most beautiful book covers that I have. Now I know, as the saying goes, you cannot judge a book by its cover, but I think we all do it subconsciously or consciously in a way or the other. And I do it like quite some time. Like for instance, if I see a book which has a gorgeous cover and the plot is like really nice, there are chances I will buy that book immediately. If I get a book which is hardcover, I want the cover to be nice and pretty and aesthetic. In this video, I will be showing that. And in case you have a book in your mind which you believe has like the most gorgeous cover, let me know in the comment section. And yeah, let's get the conversation about books and the covers going. Without talking anymore, let's just get straight in the video and the pretty book covers. First book that I want to talk about today is Great Goddesses by Nikita Gill. Now this book specifically uses a classic white dust jacket over which you see these intricate designs embossed. Now this is basically a bronze color. And this is so pretty. Like the cover of this book basically tells you the crux of what you can expect to see inside, of what the content is going to be inside. And this book is basically about the Greek goddesses from a feminist perspective, from a feminist angle. So I think the cover does a great job in portraying that, and this book is gorgeous inside out. For instance, the illustrations in this book are pretty, very pretty. I read this book recently and I fell in love with this book. It is undoubtedly gorgeous, but the content inside is enchanting. The back cover is pretty as well. The second book that I want to talk about today is Fierce Fairy Tales by Nikita Gill. Now unlike Great Goddesses, Fierce Fairy Tales does not have a dust jacket. The intricate design and the detailings is embossed on the hardbound over here. But then it is I think amazing. It is also very beautiful, and it also does the job of portraying the crux of the content. For instance, this book is about the famous fairy tales but from a feminist perspective. So for instance, the stories of Cinderella and Snow White from a feminist perspective. This is what this book is all about, and it does a job very nicely, which a good cover does. So yeah, this book is something which is absolutely amazing. I think Nikita Gill's books are amazing and the covers are amazing as well. Like if you see the back cover of this one, I have also ordered her latest novel in verse, which is The Girl and the Goddess, which also has an amazing cover. I cannot wait to show that to you guys. The third book that I want to talk about today is Sense and Sensibility by Jane Austen. It has a gorgeous purple cover. It is again a hardcover, but then it has no dust jacket. Everything is embossed in here. The color is super amazing. It is very refreshing. The designs are classic. It is just something very adorable. I absolutely love it. The spine is gorgeous. It will look amazing on the shelves. Here's the back cover. And I haven't read Sense and Sensibility till now. So when I got this book from Amazon for about 470 rupees. And hardcovers, for a hardcover, the rate is not very expensive, because I've seen hardcovers for like 1800 and 2000 rupees as well. That's a general rate of like latest hardcover books. This one was like very pretty, and the color was very refreshing, and I love this color, so I had to get my hands on it. Now the fourth book that I want to talk about today is basically, I'll talk about two books. Now this is a collection of poems by John Keats, and this one's a collection of poems by Emily Dickinson. These are both the collector's edition by Fingerprint Classics. Now let's talk about John Keats one. Now as you can see, it has such a pretty cover, and the back cover is as gorgeous as the first one. And when we take out this dust jacket, you see this is very pretty. I have started reading some classic poetry, and so I wanted to get my hands on this collection. I have not read this one, but I have finished the one by Emily Dickinson and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I think you should read Dickinson. And this one is also very pretty, as you can see. I like this one without the dust jacket. The dust jacket of this, the Dickinson one, is, I don't like the color quite much because it can get dirty really easily, and I don't like this color very much, so I don't enjoy this thing. But then if you take this out, this is very pretty. And then if you see this, I read this work recently and I've fallen in love with Emily Dickinson. And if there's one person's poetry who I love so much, that would be Emily Dickinson. And the back cover has her most famous lines. Heart, we will forget him, you and I, tonight. You may forget the warmth he gave, I will forget the light. Now the next book that I want to talk about today is Ink by Alice Broadway. I think I read this book last year, and it has one of the most beautiful covers I've ever seen. And if we take this off, if we take the dust jacket off, it is the prettiest thing I've ever seen. This is a trilogy, and this is the first book in the trilogy. I have yet not purchased the other two. I'm still waiting for the hardcover prices to go down. It's about a world wherein everything is tattooed on the skin. So this is an amazing book as well. The content of the book is also very amazing, and the cover is, as usual, pretty, as you can see. The next book that I want to talk about is Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, Barnes & Noble collection. I have these two collections from Barnes & Noble. Now this one is absolutely magical. If you can see, the cover is beautiful. The spine is gorgeous, and look at the back cover. And now if you see this, the pages, these are like silver sprayed edges. This is amazing. This is the most beautiful and the most expensive book, I believe, on my shelf. I plan to collect each and every book from the Barnes & Noble Classic Edition, but then it was super expensive. I think when I got it at a discounted price for about 13 or 1400 from Amazon, but the general price of this book always is between 2000 to 2200. So, but then it is a collector's edition and it's Barnes & Noble, so it is slightly expensive, I do understand that, but it is very pretty. If you're a collector, you would love it. Now this one is very pretty. Now I also have one more collection by Barnes & Noble. This one is of purple color. This one was a bit cheaper than this one. It was for about 1000 or 1100 rupees. And the spine is very pretty. It looks gorgeous on the bookshelf. The cover is nice. And now since also sometimes I create bookish content on my Instagram as well. By the way, you can follow me over there. So since I create a lot of bookish content over there too, so sometimes I need like aesthetic pretty covers. So this one does the job pretty perfectly. The next book that I want to talk about today is Six of Crows Collector's Edition by Leigh Bardugo. This is very pretty. I have not read this book yet. The spine is very pretty. The back cover. Now I have not read this book yet, but of course you will hear about this book everywhere. The Grishaverse is like really popular, and now the Shadow and Bone trilogy is going to be a Netflix show very soon. I think the shooting is already ended and it can release anytime. I really want to read the entire Shadow and Bone trilogy, and then the Six of Crows duology, and then King of Scars. I am waiting for the Shadow and Bone trilogy to have like these collector's edition. The Shadow and Bone, the first part already has collector's edition, so I'm sort of waiting to collect all the collector's edition first and then read it, because I don't wanna buy the non-collector's edition now that I know that this is what I'm gonna get. If I would have read Shadow and Bone earlier, I would not wait for the collector's edition, but now since I haven't read it, and now I know they're going to release the collector's edition, I am going to wait for it. And again, a beautiful book. Now, the last book for today's video is The Binding by Bridget Collins. This book is popular for its cover and the content as well. I haven't read it honestly. I bought it last year, but I haven't read it till now. It has a beautiful cover if we take the dust jacket off, and even with the dust jacket on, it looks pretty. The spine looks gorgeous on the bookshelf. So yeah, that was it. And if you see the back cover, it is again very pretty. So yeah guys, these were the books which I believe are some of the most beautiful books on my shelf. You can let me know which one was your favorite out of these, in the comment section. And apart from the books mentioned in the video, if there's any book that you believe is absolutely gorgeous, or you want to get your hand on the books, let me know in the comment section. And that was all for today's video. I will be regular, I swear, I promise I will be regular on my YouTube channel from now on. So in case you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, like this video and share it with your book lover friends. And I'll see you next time. Till then, bye bye and take care.